Okay, let's do the chart review for 4/29/2019. Um, as you can kind of see, this was our starting point today, and we pretty much ended right where we started. Um, no real movement as far as the open to close. We ran up, tested the kind of the top of the node over here, and basically ended flat for the day. Um, Over here on the 60, I just kind of wanted to show you um, this trade down. When we traded down, uh, we traded right into, kind of the point of control here for this node right here, which it had blasted through uh, on Friday. Went right to it and traded around. I thought that it would get to the top of this node right here where the line is, and that matched up pretty good with the bottom of this volume node right here. So just to show you that, give you an idea that this volume's important, and when it comes down, it's testing it, and basically that's where it's going to launch from, right? And then if I let's take this off, take a look at this. If we pull back a little bit right here, you can kind of see that when this big old bar sold down or whatever towards the end of the day, it basically came to rest right here at the bottom of this profile right here. On its way up, it really just didn't have any resistance. There wasn't any volume here, and basically just traded right through on pretty light volume. If you look at the the candles compared to the previous days, they're just not real huge. So not a lot of interest in the market for the big guys today. On the intraday chart, I wanted to kind of show you the symmetry. So blue line's the start of the day for me. This first little swing right here had some pretty good symmetry in it as far as bisecting it in the height of the wave right there, and so I used it for the rest of the day. And if kind of drag those across, and need one more here. You can kind of see right here. So you can see, it played out pretty good. A little bit of trading before that level, but came right up to that nice level, back to nice test right there, hit the next level. Again, just kind of doing a little bit of a ping pong all the way through, and ended up right at, nice little level right there of pretty much the same distance all the way through for the trading level. So some pretty good symmetry all the way through in the market there. As far as the lines went, I did draw an extra line on the chart today, this red one. As I kind of looked at it, price just wasn't getting back down to the blue line right here. Even if you took this when it came back, that was 29.42.25. You would have took a 1.25 of heat right here if you would have tried to scalp that, but it was a good rebound off of that line right there. But yeah, traded up, didn't quite make it to that line, came back, tested the red line, didn't quite make it to the blue, and when it didn't make it back over here and was kind of trading underneath, I started to kind of look at this profile, and there was like volume up here and another level right here. So it looked like it was trying to do this little tiny node, one level node right here. Came up, you could have traded off of that guy. I had a pretty big space right here. I didn't really have anything that was clear as far as a level, but you can see there was definitely kind of a level right in there. Came back, nice little scalp off of the levels here, and finally took off and just worked itself to the upside and basically sold for the rest of the day. It tried a little bounce right here, but definitely had a bounce right here and came back and tagged it and sold back off. Looking at the delta down here, when it traded down below the moving average right here and then failed on the comeback onto the moving average right here, I thought we were going to have a negative day, so it kind of tricked me a little bit, and it was a little bit confusing because of these like really huge delta bars that they kept on printing right here. So it really seemed like somebody was really trying to buy this market up and get it to move, but it just wasn't. You pretty much had a negative, right? You had a lower high right here, but you had a higher high right here. They just weren't making a whole lot of progress, and that was the same over here. Look at this big run, and then another big run right here. But the distance, this leg of this little ABCD pattern, much shorter than this leg right here, and it just, somebody was putting a little bit of pressure on it, and it finally turned and just sold and sold and sold. At that point, you can see that they tried to save it right here off of this level, but it came right back to the moving average, and this is usually where a good little trade happens, and it sold back off again. Looking at these levels right here, so if I kind of zoom in here, it's kind of hard to see, but that was the point of control of this area, this little blue line right here, and that's why it basically turned right on that line and sold back down. Not sure if there was any other good levels here to really kind of show you. Pull this guy across and we can take a look. Definitely tried to test the top of the volume node right here. Tried the bounce, completely failed, and then you get that stair step pattern where basically it tests the bottom of the volume node at that point, and you got the bounce. So if you're not sure why you kind of get these stair step patterns or whatever, it's basically that you're testing the top of the volume node, and then you're testing the bottom of the volume node, and that's where people buy, right? On the top or on the bottom. A lot of trading happens in between, but those are the obvious places, I guess, that people will try and get the bounce out of the volume node. Not really sure. This traded up right into the volume node. This traded up into this volume node and failed, and then when they broke this structure right here, they came over the top and stayed and held, and they just basically grinded it up at that point. That was pretty much a kind of a sign of, basically they were going positive for the day at that point. So not really sure anything else that I really see on the chart that draws my attention. Make sure you get these levels in the morning and put them on your chart. That way you can see how they work for you, and basically they're a good location to look for trades, right? So when price comes there, kind of wake up a little bit and see if you can take a counter trend trade, go in the other direction, make some money. I'll talk to you in the morning.